UK conference call, and he had to do what he had to do, man. He went in there and he tried, but Vladimir was so big, so much bigger. I mean, I didn't really realise how big he was till he stood next to David Haye, because when I'm next to David Haye, I mean, David is huge, and I never thought Vlad would be that big. But I think David should have got in a little bit more and probably shouldn't have showed him any respect. If that was me, if I was in David's shoes, I would have got in there. I would have walked out happily with a knockout. If I got knocked out, I would have been happy with that then going in there. And I think that's just probably me. That's the way I am. But David's still a great champion, and I think he can come back and he can win a world title at heavyweight. But like I said, Klitschko's look unbeatable. I mean, they're so big and strong and so like I said, so rangy with their long arms and everything. It's so hard to get to them. But David tried his best, and I think we all know now. But who knows? Maybe he might take the other brother on. And maybe
I didn't catch earlier, Amir. You mentioned that you definitely want to make a statement in the fight. You feel that Zab can keep up with your speed and power. But what's the one X factor you think he has that you have to worry about? You and Freddie have to worry about.
Zab's got that big punch power. He's got power in both hands, and one punch can change the fight, as we all know. It's happened to a lot of fighters. It's happened to a lot of fighters where they might be winning a fight and then bang, they get knocked out. I think it was happening in his last fight against Mambuza, and I think that just proves he's got power in hands, in his both hands, and he can hurt opponents with just one single shot. And his speed as well. The shots that hurt you normally are the shots you don't see. And Zab's quick. He's got good movement. So he's very awkward, and he's a southpaw. I mean, no one likes to fight a southpaw, but I'm happy that, and I'm quite lucky where I fought Paul McCluskey, who's a southpaw, and then I went to now moved on from there and another southpaw back to back. So I'm fighting two southpaws back to back. So I'm quite lucky that way. I'm getting extra training with Freddie on how to beat a southpaw.
Amir, Zab mentioned that it's not his power that will be the difference, but his experience. What do you say about that?
I think power-wise, maybe he said that because he knows I can take a good shot and maybe I'll be able to stand his power. But experience, I agree, he might be more experienced than me, but I think the youth will still win the fight. I mean, Zab Judah is very experienced, but I still don't think he'll beat the speed and power I have and the aggression that I'm going to show in this fight. And I want this fight more than he does. He can say what he wants. I mean, I want this fight more than anyone, and this, like I said, this fight will take me on to bigger things. And to have a name like Zab Judah that you've been on your record is a good name to have. He's a 5-time world champion, and it's good on good on your record.
He's been known to fade out in the later rounds of major fights. Are you counting on that?
We're not counting on that because we want Zab. We're going to be training for Zab Judah, who is at the best of his, who's been at the best, and who's not going to be fading away, who's going to be there in front of us for the full distance, for the full 12 rounds. So when we've been training with hard sparring partners, fresh sparring partners have been coming in sparring with me. 3 in one sparring session. So we know Zab's going to be up for this fight. We can't go into a fight thinking he's going to fade after a couple of rounds. We're going to be expecting him not to fade and come in strong. We want him to come in stronger after a couple of rounds. That's what we're hoping for, because it's going to bring out the best of me. I can't go in there thinking he's going to go in fade. I'm not going to go in there thinking it's going to be easy, this fight. This fight's going to be very, very hard. And I think that's what pushes me and makes me train harder. That's the motivation I've got.